All right, so I had to resort to my phone, and nobody will probably come on now. But I'll probably make some music, playing my video game right now. But I wanted to talk about black people losing and what we could possibly do about losing so much. And when I say losing, I mean black people are losing the respect race. No other race respects us. They are losing uh, the financial race. There are there are rich black people, but there are less rich black people in America. Then, of course, there are Asians and other races that are minorities here. Um, our connection to what we think is our motherland is skewed. We think Africa is our motherland. There are people saying that no, we're actually from here. Some people are like, this is Timbuktu. So we're not even clear where the hell we come from. We got people saying that we're Jews. We got people saying that we're Kemets. We got people saying that we're, from all kind of places, and no one. Hey, hey, Mary, thank you. And no one knows where black people are from. Oh, we're from America. We're Indians. No, we're from Egypt. No, we're from Mesopotamia. We can't agree on where we're from. We can't even do that. Black people can't even agree on where the hell we're from. And we argue over that. We fight over the stupidest things. We fight over the stupidest things, and we're losing. We're losing every day. We're losing. We're getting our ass kicked in the streets. The police shootings are even more and more rampant now. I mean, they are kicking our ass, and we're fighting over stupid stuff. Just constantly fighting. We're listening to music talking about people running up into our houses, and we promote that. Bad is good and good is bad. We're losing. We're losing. We are all God's children, and it really shouldn't matter where anyone. Really? Tell that to the police. Tell that to the cops because I'm sure they want to know. They want to know exact. They love to hear what you just said. Hey, we're all God's people. We're all God's people. Tell that to the cops because they're slaughtering the hell out of us every day. They're picking us off and making it public. They don't care. They're shooting us in front of our own children. Tell that to them. We're all God's children. Tell them that. Battle is going on. You can feel it. Yeah, spiritual battle's going on. Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. But we're losing because we're being stupid. We're too busy fighting amongst ourselves to wise up. I know some police and bad, and I know you just said they don't care, but some do. Some may. I ain't saying that all of them don't. Because look, Some of them want to go home to their wife and kids. I get that. Yeah, some are like, I'm not doing this. I've seen some. I've seen some go, I'm not. I've seen people ask to get shot. Like, shoot me. I've seen that. And you know what? The cops are like, hell no, I'm not shooting you. Like, get out of the car or do what I say or, you know. But you have those who are taking advantage of the system. And those few that take advantage of the system has caused enough fear to the rest of the people to go, you know what? The system will never, ever appreciate us. The system will always be broken. Uh, and American people will never be a part of the system. And I'm convinced of that. You know why? Because of the federal government. I'm convinced because the federal government keeps saying that evidence is inconclusive when everything is on camera. They're the ones that gave us the cameras. Now they're like, it's inconclusive. No, and when we don't get any help from the federal government, people can do what they want to do. And that's what's happening. You get people doing whatever the hell they want to do. Nah, I'm not having that. Not having that. So I say that we're losing. You have a cop friend who really do care for other people. Yes, the system is, but you guys are not understanding what I'm saying. You guys are not understanding what I'm saying. I am not criticizing every police officer. Oh, that's not what I'm doing. My position is not, oh, all cops are bad. That is not even close to what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying all cops are bad. I wouldn't do that because, for one, I don't know all cops. Okay, that's like saying, all of, all black people, we're all bad and all white people are bad. I never make those type of statements because those statements are absolutely false. I don't believe that. My complaint is about the federal government not helping us when people blatantly blatantly disregard the rules and regulations that are set forth and are supposed to make us all equal. See, we're not all equal. That's what I'm saying. We're not all equal. You can't convince me we're all equal. You cannot convince me that we are all equal. You can't. We're not all equal. Not even close. We're not. So you have to understand, and I didn't say that. I was just saying, I know that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You do find ones that are like, we're not doing this. we're we're not. And like I said, I've seen it, and I thank them. But there are ones who are getting away with it, and that's where the real problem is. When they're getting away with it, and the feds are not helping because they won't prosecute. And when you don't properly prosecute people who are doing wrong, when you say, no, I'm not going to do it simply because I don't feel like it, I'm not doing that. Let them fend for themselves. Yeah, when you have people who have to fend for themselves, when it's like, nah, you guys will be okay, fend for yourself. When you do that, you send us back. You send us back hundreds of years. And when you send us back hundreds of years, you send us back to you put us back to a position where, for one, we realize that This world you got us in, this situation you got us in, we're not getting out of this without being scarred. But we're here in America. We're stuck in America. We could leave. I mean, yeah, you could leave. Yeah, you could leave America. Sure, absolutely. 100% leave America. But know this. Know this. If mass numbers decided to leave America, you know what they would do? Listen, there's 40 million of us. If 40 million black people decide we're leaving, 40 million of us decide we're out of here. We're leaving America. Do you know what they would do? They will find a way and they will start bombing airplanes. They will find a way for us to stay here because we are a cash cow. You understand that? They will make a way. And it will be a bad deal for us. You got to understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that all police are bad. I'm saying that the system that's set up for us is not a winning system. And we're seeing this over and over again. My biggest is the jobs go outside of America. Well, yeah, we got jobs going outside of America. Yeah, that's definitely a problem. Look, I'm not for that either. And I'm not even listen, I don't even work that much anymore. I work whenever I want to. I'm one of those guys. I'm not privileged, I'm just disabled. All right. So I'm one of those guys. I'm a disabled veteran, is what I am. So, yeah, I agree with you 100%. You know, when the jobs decide to go to another place, it hurts all of us. Listen, it doesn't just hurt the working world. Like, you'd be foolish to think that, oh, just the people that, no, the working world is not hurt by that. Everyone is hurt by it. Everyone is hurt by that. Everyone is hurt by that. Because the economy sucks. Now, listen, right now you have the people who come out here and you're talking about those and treat us like well, yeah, you have that situation. You have that situation right now. I mean, you got a lot of that right now. Where that's happening. You got a lot of that. Uh, yeah, there's no doubt about that. You have a lot of that going on, and you know what? Here's Let me enlighten you. Let me enlighten you on something. Hey, I'm doing good. Ready to tell you something. Oh, you getting ready to tell me something? Okay, my brother, that title is not true. Oh, well, you have to explain to us how that title's not true. Because I'm watching cops blow us away every day, and I'm watching the federal government say that the evidence is inconclusive. Oh, please tell me how I'm wrong. Please tell me how I'm wrong, because I want to know. I said black people are losing. They think that they are better than us, but aren't. You're talking about who tried to help. You're talking about the Hispanics. I don't really have a problem with the Hispanics. Uh, Although recently I did have one tell me, you know what, we don't want you in our store. Blatantly, openly told me this. Yeah, we don't want you here. I was like, Shazam, you know? Just told me right out, yeah, we don't want you here. I was like, man. Yeah, and then said we don't like black people. She was like, yeah, we don't like the Negroids. Right here in my hood. I've been here way longer than they have. Way longer. What's good, country, for us to relocate to before it's too late? You want to know something? I lived in Germany when I was in the service. I lived in Darmstadt, Germany, and was never called the N word. I thought I was on another planet. I did. I thought I was on another planet. I was like, why is nobody calling me out my name? Why does nobody care that I'm black? Nobody cared. And they all spoke English. Nobody gave not one damn who I was in Darmstadt, Germany. Not one. Nobody cared. So when you ask where's a good place to move, it's cold, but it's a good place to move. It's cold in the mug. I mean, depends on what part of Germany you're at. But you ever consider Panama or Brazil? Yes. I have a close friend who travels to Brazil, and he's like, listen, the Brazil women treat you like real men, and, it's the real deal over there. And I'm cool with that. Let me tell you something. If I had my choice, I would have me a big booty, dark skinned woman. You feel me? I would have me a big Kandaki sister looking like she fresh out of the motherland. I would. And I would protect her with everything that I have. But you know what? The reality is, the sisters, look, we've all lost faith in each other. We have. Let's just face it. We've lost faith in each other. We don't. The brothers don't respect the sisters like they used to. The sisters don't respect the brothers like they used to. They don't. They don't. We don't. And somebody's gonna, say, "Oh, that's not true," but y'all know that that's true. We don't respect each other like we used to. Like we used to respect each other. You look. Listen. When a brother did a sister wrong back in the day, the whole neighborhood knew about it. And when they did that, everybody turned up like, what's popping? Everybody showed up upset. You had all kind of reactions. Because I remember, when my parents, got into it, everybody was in on it. Everybody wanted to fix it. Everybody wanted to fix it. But you know what? Didn't get fixed. That isn't what happened. It didn't get fixed. But everybody wanted to fix it. Everybody wanted to be a part of it. I went to Brazil, and the women, yeah, the Brazilian women treat you like you are definitely a king. And there's a few reasons for that. One, the Brazilian women, okay, the Brazilian women realize the odds. Let me say that. The Brazilian women know the odds. For one, look, there are situations where the Brazilian women will all get together and they'll have these parties where these available men from America will go over there, and it's like a mail ordered bride, but it's not mail ordered. It's not, got a little smuts there. It's not mail ordered. You know what I'm saying? It's not a mail. Everybody sits down and you're looking at them and you talk to them, and then you choose the one that likes you. And if she likes you and you like her, then guess what? That's your wife now. And some of those Marriages work out. Some of them don't. Some of them are just awesome. Some of them suck. You feel me? Some of them are bad deals. Some of them aren't. You feel me? Some of them are just horrible deals. Some of them are awesome. But isn't a marriage worth working on? Yeah, listen, when you say a marriage is worth working on, hey, let's get to the understanding that absolutely being married, a marriage is worth working on 100%. If you're married, yeah, it's worth working on. If you love that person, absolutely, it's worth working on. I listen. I encourage marriage because I discourage people just going out here and willy nilly because you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know. I just can't see myself being married. You know what I'm saying? I'm absolutely for marriage. Uh, but Brazil, they also have a high age rate. You do have to understand that Brazil has a high age rate. So I mean, it's let me ask you this, okay, for you guys who are like, yeah, let's go to Brazil. If you go to Brazil, if you go to Brazil and you see a girl that you want, what are the chances are that you're going to be like, let's get an AIDS test? What are the chances are you're going to be like, I like you, you like me, let's get to know each other, let's get an AIDS test? You see how awkward that is? Yeah, baby, yeah, let's get an AIDS test. Most of us are so doggone desperado. We're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You're like, hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to, I finally found somebody that likes me. I'm going to hit them with an AIDS test? Nah, you're not going to do that. You know you're not going to do that. Yeah, finally, you know what I'm saying? You waking up alone every day and then finally somebody actually likes you. You know what I'm saying? You a nerd like a mug, and then somebody actually digs you, and you gonna be like, yeah, let's get an AIDS test though because I like you, mm, but I like you. You know what she's gonna do? She's gonna leave. She's gonna be like, oh, so you think my body is tainted, which it could be, but you heard about statistically about the age rate. You heard about it. You know that it's heavy over there. But you go over there with that mindset, and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, no." Just think about that because that's the situation over there right now. Then you have to worry about green cards. You have to worry about does somebody really want you for your green card? Because people are dying to get into America. You know why? because their country is on their country. The way their country's infrastructure is, it's nowhere close to what America's is. Nowhere close. Nowhere close. You know, the women are not treated the same in every country. You don't you don't get that. You don't get that in every country. Women aren't treated the same. Women are still being treated like crap in some of these countries. You know, I mean, like crap. And and you know what? They're trying to get out of there. Their healthcare system, for one, America doesn't have universal health care. And some of these poor countries, like Brazil, does have universal health care. But the universal health care, do you think a war in Venezuela will negative, negatively affect America and Panama or Brazil? I keep getting, tell me how a war is going to positively affect anybody except for their pockets. I mean, I mean, yeah, it's going to, absolutely, it's going to negatively, absolutely, absolutely, it's going to negatively affect, 100%. Absolutely, it's going to negatively affect them. But I tell you what, there are people who benefit off of war, and those people who benefit off of war, they'll be all in it. Listen, there's no war that's fought without somebody getting some type of benefit from it. I'll put it to you like that. And when they do, they make it obvious that okay, let's put it to you like this. When I was in the military, we went to war back in what, 91? When I was in, we went to war back in 91. I didn't go to war. I ETS right when it all was going down. Right when George Bush made that announcement, I was out. Right? But nonetheless, I'm trying to read your comments. I mean, will they come after? No. Who's going to come after us? Who's stupid enough to come after America? Who? Who's going to come after us? Listen, America just threatened the Russians. They promised the Russians they promised the Russians, they said, look here. It's like, look here. Look here. If you come over here, they told the Russians, they said, looky here. If you come over here with the rah-rah, if you send ships over here again, no, what they did, here's what America did. They sent ships, they sent bombers over France. You don't threaten France. You out of your mind. You out of your rabbit mind to threaten France. But they sent bombers over France. That's what they did. They sent them to the French borders or some old nonsense like that. And France got scared. And when France got scared, uh, when they thought these bombers were gonna come near them, when France got scared, America saw these bombers, and they were supersonic bombers too. It wasn't like the old slow B series. They were supersonic bombers. And when they saw them things crossing the oceans, America was just like, if you do it again, you're gonna have a problem. And that general told them, they said, if you start a war with us, we will beat you back. Point blank. This is what they told the Russians. And the Russians were just like, look, if you come over here to, where is it, Syria, and you go ahead and, bomb Syria, we have over 700 soldiers that are in this country. If you go ahead and, drop another bomb, you'll be dropping another bomb on our people. We have no choice but then to come after you. So that's what that whole thing was about. Look, nobody is stupid enough to start a worldwide war just to kick it off. Now you see Kim Jong Il was talking all that smack because Russia was behind him, Russia and China. Kim Jong Il was talking all that smack, but then the president was just like, "Nah, you better chill. You you better chill, homie, because America is they're ready to push the button. Nah, ain't nobody in their right. It's gonna well, look. I'm not saying that it's not gonna happen. I'm not saying that it's not gonna happen. Everything points towards it's gonna happen. Even the Bible talks about a nuclear war. It's talking about the earth being burned by fire, but there's still gonna be survivors. So yeah, it's it's gonna happen. And I thought I shoot, truthfully, I thought we'd been I thought it would have happened already. So I'm surprised that it happened. It hasn't happened. But with these threats that they're passing, we are headed towards yeah, yeah, we're headed towards a hard reset where pretty much one third of the population is completely wiped out. Um, but here's the thing about the hard reset. Here's the thing about okay, here's the thing about this hard reset because there's been other hard resets. And I don't think a meteor came out of nowhere and destroyed dinosaurs twice. I don't think that happened. I don't think that happened. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. But nonetheless, the the Mayans, Incans, Hopis, and all them, they talk about the hard resets, about the volcanoes exploding, Yellowstone, and we covered this in my last live. They talked about that and how many people would survive. And the last time it happened, when the super volcanoes went off, there's five of them, and they have gone off before. And the whole cloud over the sun blocks out the sun. Here's the thing about a hard reset this time. For one, it wouldn't take long for us to repopulate fast. Don't be looking swole like he gonna take it. Thanks, man. When he gets riled up, well, I ain't playing with none of them. That's for sure. Yeah, I ain't playing with none of them. Mother Nature will change herself because of the Earth is honest. Okay, so that's one hard reset, and that's the hard resets that's been happening. So you are correct about that. So with the whole global warming and all that, that's one hard reset you're talking about. Then you have the other hard reset is where we do it, which is an unnatural hard reset. Yeah, which is an unnatural hard reset. I got cooking. I gotta check on it soon. Which is so there's a natural hard reset. There's an unnatural hard reset. So the natural one you're talking about, man, will be the cause. Well, we're already the cause. Look, every city that you go into is warmer than outside of the city. Just us being here, uh, just the human bodies, creates its own atmosphere. Uh, Okay. So when you're looking at tell him cook, yeah, yeah, I'm cooking. Yeah, brother, gotta eat. I was gonna go to the movies tonight. I still might, because one of you guys asked me to do a video on the movie Us. So I think I'm going tonight. Got off again, but I meant, will they will they kick Americans out of Pen? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Will they? Okay. So if we start migrating to other countries, no, it would be foolish to kick Americans out of any country unless unless they was fighting an all-out war against America. It would be silly to kick a superpower in mass numbers. Oh, if American, well, yeah, if we attack Venezuela, I still don't think all Americans will get kicked out, because that would be like a ground war. You feel me? Like it'll be like a ground war. It'll be like a war like Saddam Hussein when we went after him for the oil. It's not going to be like a nuclear fallout war. It'll be great. It'll be boots on the ground. It'll be tanks, and it'll be over fast. So I don't think they'd kick every American out, because for one, every nationality that deals with America realizes that all Americans, for one, they're not all Caucasians. For two, you got people who are born in America, but they're American Venezuelans. So it's just not cut and dry anymore. The Germans all look like, Germans, or so we thought. Now we find out that there were black people who were Germans before there were white people who were Germans. So the lines are skewed. So no, I don't think that'll happen. I think anybody who's worn with them, they'll be dealt with. Anybody who's not will not. But as far as the hard reset is concerned, we're looking at the human hard reset, and we're looking at nature's hard reset. Nature's hard reset will be because of the Gulf Stream, and it'll be because of the Gulf Stream, and it'll be because of the wind stream has and the desalinization of the ocean. So nature's hard reset will come in the form of some type of instant freeze, and a some type of winter that will come, and it'll be a consistent 400 degrees below zero. So it'll just be almost impossible for men to survive, but nonetheless man will still survive that, because we have technology now to combat stuff like that. But the everyday average people, we don't carry around stuff that's gonna get us out of a instant freeze. We don't. So the mass numbers will just be frozen to death and wiped out. That's nature's hard reset. Of course, the hurricanes and all that, and we've already seen a tsunami take out 250,000 people worldwide. One tsunami. So it would be nothing for a tidal wave to just come and and take most of China, and start at California and keep going. New York underwater, Chicago underwater. Uh, invasion, the invasion that place back in November was planned. All invasions are planned. They want to open the borders so they can join attacks in America and blamed it on terrorists. That's what America does. I agree, right? Oh, the second. Thanks to yeah, that's what America does. They create America's. You got to understand, America is being controlled by the elite. It's not just America. You know what I'm saying? It's the elite superpowers who controls the banks. When they make money by just printing it, and they do it by and they do it by warmongering. Yeah, they do it by warmongering. That's what they're doing. So they need these wars to happen. We went to these countries and got their oil. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, the Bushes weren't in control of none of those wars. The Bushes weren't in control of those wars. When I was in the service and Daddy Bush said we're going to war, I was standing in Fort Riley, Kansas, at Big Red One, like this, looking up at a television. Yeah. I was looking up at the television like, did this dude just say we're going to war? I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe it. Men Venezuela being so close to Panama, would they team up Venezuela and kick our? No, not all Americans. Leave Panama for some reason. No, not all Americans. I don't believe all Americans will get kicked out of any country. I just don't. But I was looking up at the screen and I couldn't believe they said we're going to war. And, you know, shortly after, I went to my buddy was leaving. His unit was leaving. And when he told me he was leaving, I went to his commander and said, "Take me with you." And he said, "I can't out process you fast enough." Yeah, so I don't know a lot about the whole Venezuela thing. As far as minerals go, I don't know. Africa got a lot of uninhabited land. Yeah, so they sent my friends across the water, and you know how you hear people in Stolen Valor go, "I got friends who died," and all that stuff, and I'll be wanting to ask them what their friends' names is, because don't just go around saying it. I knew of people who went over there and got their head blown off. Um, I don't remember their names, but my buddy, they were friends of my friend. So some of those people who really say that, it's really true, because it's live fire. So I knew of some people who really did go across the water and get their head blown off, missing limbs. That really did happen. Uh, so that's real right there. But most of the wars that are fought for one without any of the small folks being in control. We're just obeying orders, even if we don't like it. And for two, they're not really fought for the reasons why we think. Yeah, they're not fought for why we think they're fought. You know what I'm saying? Lucky for me, my best friend who went over came back safe. He's messed up though because he I talked to him 20 years later. I caught up to him 20 years later on Facebook, and he was like, he said when we went over there, he's an MP. He said when we went over there, he had a 50 cal, uh, um, a 45, and an M16. And I was like, bro, they gave you a 50 cal. He was like, yeah. He's like, and as soon as we landed in a hot zone. And I don't know if any of you ever seen a C-141, but whenever you fly in a C-141, the seats are facing the opposite way the plane's going. So you're going this way, but the seats are faced this way. And the C-141 has a very different build altogether because it carries tanks and people and supplies, all kind of stuff. It's not a very fast flying plane at all. But nonetheless, when them big jokers land, they're slow. Right. Waiting on the Lord. They're off prophet, right. So when he landed, he said we landed and they landed us in a hot zone. So he said when we landed, we were being shot at. And 300 men and women had to low crawl out of the airplane. And when my friend's friend stood up, they caught him right in the temple, something straight out of a movie. Yeah. And then he said when they was in the mix, his other friend got his leg blown off. So it's like it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's very 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 real. And you have these people who are losing their lives over, like, the whole reason we went over there wasn't even found out it was a lie. Those people didn't even live in that country. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole lie. So that machine, yeah, it's gonna get real hot because that was a lot of people losing their life. And I'm telling y'all this because don't believe everything that you see. Don't believe all everything that you hear on the news, everything the president says. Don't believe that because I know some guys who can tell you the real, and I'm one of them who can tell you right now we did not go over there because of WMDs. We went over there surely because of oil and because we knew we could beat the pants off of them. And that's it. We knew. Listen, most of their soldiers were surrendering, and you know what kind of fight it was? It was a tank battle. But they can't stand up to a Black Hawk, or not a Black Hawk, one of them what is a Black Hawk? It was another gunship. They can't stand up to them helicopter gunships. Those people were starving over there. Not to mention Saddam Hussein was our ally. Is our ally, and they turned on him. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe that. Who's the last war we fought from 9/11? That dude ain't dead. And they scattered his body into the ocean. Nobody has any evidence of that dude dying. No one. That dude ain't dead, man. You know what I'm saying? So as far as black people moving to Brazil and stuff, yeah, don't believe that. I say if you're gonna go to another country that isn't fighting, that isn't nowhere close to fighting. Go to a peacetime country, and when you land there, go to a country that the majority of people speak English. Yeah, I don't believe in nothing they say. Yeah, don't believe it. I'm telling you right now, as a soldier, and I didn't even go to war. I am a peacetime veteran. I just missed the war. I'm a peacetime veteran. My dad's a peacetime veteran. My sister's a wartime veteran. And my brother is a wartime veteran. My nephew is a peacetime veteran. You know what I'm saying? So I got family, direct bloodline, who actually went to war. Yeah. I got people who actually was over there in the mix of it. And I don't mean just over there chilling. They was over there like ready to get it in. You know what I'm saying? M16 ready to go. And but there's nothing like holding that M16 in your hand, thinking that you're going to protect your country. Come to find out that your country's not protecting you. Uh, kind of find out that they sent people over there and it was unnecessary. Yeah, as long as you work, they respect you. Yeah, I say for you guys who are looking to go, there's a lot of countries you can visit and you're not going to have a problem. If you're black, it's different. There's some countries that you can't because you'll never make it out. Yeah, there's some countries that you can't go to, you'll never make it out. You know, there's some African countries you're not going to go to and come back because they want your green card. They'll come back and say that they're you. Their country is dilapidated. The infrastructure is dilapidated. China is giving billions of dollars to Africa just so they can come in and strip them of their land. They're like, yeah, we'll help you build your infrastructure, but that's not really what they want. What China wanted was their land. So now they're coming in and just running black people over and taking their land. And you know what they're doing with it? They're digging for gold. They're strip mining Africa. So now you have this whole civil unrest over in different parts of Africa because China is pouring into Africa. Yeah, they ruthless. They ruthless. They got all the money. And they gave this money to them with very low interest. China knows they're not going to give that money back. China knows that Africans are not going to get that money back anytime soon. But China needs resources, and human resources is one of them. So, black people are losing. We're losing. We're losing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're losing on a lot of fronts. Somebody said that's not true. I'm just like, statistically, show me where we're not losing. Education, losing. Against the federal police and the local police being able to just come in our houses and do what they want to us, we're losing. Um, Finances, how many banks do we own? How many banks do we do? How much money do we actually control? Do we keep into our system? Very little. Once a dollar comes into the black community, it changes hands maybe once and then it goes out. Try that with the Asians, the Jews, and the well, I'm not surprised. My message is not one of surprise. My message is one of you we need to do something about it and collectively we can do it. I'm just a small time YouTuber. Heck, most days I don't even go outside. You know what I'm saying? But we need to do something about it. You know, I can't go on the street and preach this because they knocking off our Matters people. They killed two of our Black Lives Matters people, and I knew one of them. I knew one of them. And you know what they did? They killed him and left him on the lawn in front of the state house so everybody could see him. And then they went to his Twitter and wrote a suicide note. And I knew him personally for years. And I'm like, that dude would never have done that. He would have never done that. I knew him. I was like, y'all killed him. Y'all killed him. And they just found another one just this week floating down the river. A woman who was out there, Black Lives Matter, and we need to do this. And then they found her floating down the river. She was missing for like 3 weeks. So I'm not, listen, I used to walk around with my sign, Jesus Saves. I don't do that no more. And I want to. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I tell people to their face, if the Lord loves you, yeah, yeah, straight up. I just tell people the Lord loves you. If you could find a good church, I don't have a church that I belong to, but churches don't save you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm sitting here trying to figure out a way that I can drive down the street without going to jail. I don't know how I can do that because they've taken away all my rights. An officer just told a dude who said he wanted to speak to a supervisor. He said, "You don't have the right to speak to a supervisor." Another guy was sleeping in his car and he got blown away. 5 officers opened fired on him, said that he had a weapon, but a weapon was never found. And he was asleep. And they lit him up. So I don't have any answers other than wear bulletproof gear when you go out. have on a bulletproof vest. But I mean, they took this one guy and they just took him for drunken drinking and driving and put him in the back of the police car, climbed in the back of the car and shot him in the head and said that he got out of the handcuffs. No, like I don't see a way of getting away from him now. If you put the if you drive off, you're dead. That the kid's garbage tone. What? My kid told me some Peckerwood wrote the N word on the kid's garbage. Yeah, see, this one dude was a truck driver, man. They just found him hung. Like, it's bad out here, man. They trying to get us any kind of way. We not getting no help from nobody. I'm like, Lord, you need to send your angels to come down here and stop this madness. But I don't think that's what God wants to do. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. We're losing men, women, and children. We're seeing children being slaughtered. It's bad out here. It's bad. And I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm afraid. I'm not even going to say that I'm not. They had to sand it down. See, that's scary as hell, man. That's scary as hell. I haven't had a blatantly racial moment in a minute. Like, and I've had a lot. But I haven't had one of those shooting some years. I ain't looking forward to it either. Yeah, I know it gets your blood boiling. You want to go out there and start slamming faces, but that puts you in the pokey. That puts you right in jail, man. Because they're gonna cry. They're gonna cry. It's your fault. Yeah, that's what they want. They want to provoke you. Yeah, they provoke you. I've been provoked by them before. But I'm of the attitude now. I'm of the attitude now. You provoke me and you get close enough to me and I think my life is in danger, I have no regard for you. I'm not gonna be a voice of reason. I'm not gonna be Jesus loves you. I'm not gonna be I'm gonna pray for you. I'm not gonna be it's okay for you to do stuff to me and me not retaliate. I am going to go all in on your ass. I'm not I'm too old to put up with your nonsense. And my body hurts every day. I'm not putting up with none of that. And I'm warning people, don't yeah. Enough is enough. I had enough. I'm not looking for the ruckus, but I'm not putting up for nobody. You know what I'm saying? When I go, when I go to my little spots, I don't go to look for ruckus from nobody. I go with a peaceful state of mind. I mean, I just chill. I mind my business. I don't go nowhere looking for the rah rah. I'm too old for that. I'm 52. What's a 52-year-old man got to, I'm not looking for no problems. But have mercy if you give me some problems. Have mercy if you give me some damn problems. You better outnumber me 3-1. You better outnumber me Yeah, yeah. Enough is enough. You better outnumber me 3-1, or you better be one badass. Because if it goes down, I'm gonna put all 280 pounds on top of your jaw. I'm not. I don't care who you are. Don't bring the ruckus my way. I don't. You better be one badass. And hey, do what you got to do. If you bring the ruckus my way, yeah, yeah, I'm 280. You bring the ruckus my way, hey, wear the old man out. You know what I'm saying? Beat the old man up. Do what you got to do. But I'm not. I don't look for any problems, and I'm old and tired. But hamburger, I'm as good once as I ever was. And that one time, I'm gonna put every bit of knowledge and strength into your jaw. That's gonna be it. I'm just saying, I don't go around flexing and even at the gym. I don't really. You got people at the gym. That's what they go there to. Uh, I be quiet. I just lift my little whatever. I might talk to a honey or two. You know, and then I go home because I'm not there for the. You know what I'm saying? Most of the old guys that you see are not there. You don't see them doing all that. It's the younger dudes. But the older guys, you don't see them doing it. And there'll be some boys in there bigger than me. And you never see any of them trying to flex on another dude. Never. You always see the young guys do it. Because the old guys know the drill. If we going in, we're going all the way in. They know the drill. They look at every older person with the same respect. Like, unless you going all the way, don't even go there. It's the younger guys who want to walk around and, we don't do none of that. Because we don't want the ruckus. We want to go home to our family and kids and, eat chips and watch Netflix and whatever. Because we already know what it is. When you get behind them steel bars, it's a whole new world. You are not in control of your life. And that's not where you want to be. And you have a hard time getting away from them steel bars. So now we don't look for none of that. So if you make one of these old guys go there, they're gonna try to they're gonna break you. They're gonna be like, it's gonna be worth it. Because I've had 5-0 called on me and another guy. We never threw a punch, and we ended up in jail for the weekend over some silly girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, you guys, it's out here. You got to be careful because they ain't playing with us. But you got to know your strengths and weaknesses. Like, my knees are bad. I can't run from you youngins. I don't have no choice but to stand and go at it. Yeah, they're disrespectful as hell. I'm riding the bus. This dude keeps poking me. They just disrespectful. These kids are, that's why I don't want to be around none of them. They disrespectful as hell. And they think it's cute until you break one of their jaw and you just like, little bastard wouldn't leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta, but then they get on you, a grown man. You what? I'm supposed to let this little punk and his crew mess with me? Nah, leave me the hell alone. I'm trying to, nah, I'm not, nah, I'm not gonna let y'all just, and they'll jump on you in a heartbeat. There'll be like six of them, and they'll swarm you. That's what they call it. And as soon as you put one of their faces through a glass window, you're the problem. You should have let them beat you up because it's funny. Nah. Put one of their face through a damn window, and then let the news media see that one of these little bastards went through a damn glass window, so the rest of the little bastards know, hey, cut it out, cut it out, cut it out. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like, that millennial stuff is not. They lazy. They don't want to do. They don't want to do anything. I feel bad for these dudes, these young dudes looking for these women. You can forget it when it comes to these females. These millennial females ain't having no babies and family. They not doing that. They're on Instagram. They got nah. They not doing that, bro. Yeah, TV and propaganda. They watching. Instagram is their TV. Turned up, turned out. These girls ain't out here trying to get jobs. Education is bad to them. How did that happen? How did education become bad? I saw one video where, they were celebrating a guy who dropped out of school, and then the other scenario, the guy graduated from college, and nobody celebrated that he graduated from college. I was like, you knew, you knew people, y'all are backwards as hell. So you celebrate somebody skipping school? I don't get it. Because the budget size of the times. Yeah. You know what? I don't ask for? I don't ask for notifications and like buttons and money. I don't ask for those things, man. If you guys, you know how I know you guys like the conversation because you're still here. I don't, you guys, what? I appreciate just being able to talk to you guys for a while. That's my like. That's my like button. That's my like button. I don't listen. I done talked to one person for hours on here, and you know what? We had a great conversation. That's my button. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get how YouTube works, but I just don't. You can't find one video where I'm like, yeah, hit the. I might have had a scribe on the bottom of some of them, but I stopped that too. Yeah, I rock with y'all too. My job is to tell you guys the truth. Because a lot of you, I believe the majority of you are younger than me. My job is to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? What I think is coming. How these women's act. You know what I'm saying? These new females. Yeah, I'm still older than you, but big ups being 40, man. It's good to see people, 40, 50. Like when I go to the gym and I see dudes, okay, let me give an example. I go swimming once a week, right? I go to the Y. So I was up there knocking out some laps, and I always admire the people who swim further than me, and they're older than me. And I stopped this one guy who was just a swimming fool. I was like, okay, there it is. I was like, yo, my man, how far you swim? He was like, I did 89 laps. I was like, what? Just a swimming fool? And I was like, how old are you? He was like, I'm 72 and I'm getting a knee replacement tomorrow. I got no complaint. Little skinny white dude. 70s. Can wear my ass out in the pool. Just, listen, I got nothing for him when it comes to that water. He must be a dolphin. Yeah, he was real with it. I got nothing for that dude when it comes to that water. I got nothing except maybe speed. I'm faster than he is. But when it comes to distance, I got nothing. Not like that dude is the man. He just be, what I'm saying? He just be rocking out, and me and my asthma. I get in there and I'm like, yeah, I did 24 laps. How many you do? 89. I'm just like, ah. But when I first started back about a month ago, I could only do eight, 9 laps. Now I'm double that in less than, a month and a half. I'm double that. Double plus, actually. And yeah, he's that deal. And and I'm taking my time about it too because I have to take iron and all that and vitamin D and stuff like I just can't go and swim and then be okay. I'll be so I'm up to and I do it in 50s. Like some guys swim 200s and stuff. I don't do that. I do 50s. So, I'm doing good. I'm doing a lot better than what I was when I started. I couldn't even swim down and back and, and keep doing it. Now I can just I can swim down, back, stop, wait a minute, down, back, stop. That's how I do my exercise. And I'm trying to get up to, I heard this one chick say she does 30 50s. And I was like, that's a good goal because 30 50s is 60 laps. So my intent was to swim half a mile. So just doing 30 laps is really where I was going. 35 laps is really where I was going. Uh, Now I could probably get in the pool straight. If I was going to swim laps straight, I could probably swim 4 laps straight before I had to take a breath, before I had to take a break. And that's a what, 100? Yeah. So I could probably swim 100 before I'm just but nonetheless, I couldn't do that 3 weeks ago. So I'm getting better and better. And if I keep up my regiment, I'll be able to knock out, I'll be able to do a 200 in about maybe 3 months from now. I'll be able to knock out a 200 and not fall over. But yeah. So it's just some workouts that, I'm saying. You young folks, you 40s and 42-year olds, you know what I'm saying? Get on in there. But yeah, black people are losing, man, and my voice is to help unite us uh, as much as I can. There's a lot of problems that I was on the block yesterday. I don't go to the block that much, and I don't go there to hang out. I go there for some type of business. I was ordering a pizza, but I was on the old block. I did a video about it and talked about the cats out there, young boys, a bunch of females just out there fronting and got their little, whatever out in the open. They want everybody to think they bad. And then when they get hemmed up, you 20, 22, you out there doing your little whatever in front of everybody. 5-0 come and sweep a bunch of you up. You look hard in front of your homies. You get behind them bars, it's different. You behind there calling your girl, trying to figure out if she's still your girl when your homeboy is at her house now. You in there for 6 months to 2, 3 years for something stupid. Come back like I'm home. Ain't nobody love you. Ain't no love like that. Ain't no love like that. Now what you gonna do? You gonna go right back to the block because you didn't get rehabilitated. You thought what you was doing was cool, and doing time is cool. Yeah, and I'm watching it right in front of me, like, and the pizza dude is like the Arabs down the pizza spot. He's like they doing it right there. He couldn't believe it. He like they just right there with it. He could have called police on them. And you know what? Good for him. I'm just saying, we losing. Like, he could have called 5-0 and they wouldn't have even known he called 5-0. And he's looking right at him in front of his business. They're doing this in front of his business. He's watching him. And he alerted me. He was like, look at them. Because he knew I'm an older dude. He wouldn't have said nothing to me if I was one of them. And I watched when I got there. I watched and was outside like and watched them go in and out. Yeah, they're youngins. And I watched them go in and out and he's talking to them. They come in, but they wouldn't order anything, you know. coming there fronting like they, just a bunch of fronting capping. That's what capping is, fronting. So coming there capping, and he just standing there at the front, not taking no order from them. All these youngins walk in and out of a store. None of them got no money. They not taking no orders from them. Cause I walked in there and was just like, like you in line. It was like, nah. It's like I want to order, and I had to be there for like 15, 20 minutes until I got my order, and none of those people walking in and out of there was given an order. You see what I mean? They just hanging out, doing their little stuff right there, right in front of this man's business, and he's watching them. Been there for what? He said, I've been here for 15 years. What's to stop that man for calling a DT, not a suit, not a regular, call a DT and say, hey, come up here and watch this? What's to stop him from doing that? Can you come up to, and just sit in the parking lot and just watch? And that DT will come, sit in the parking lot, act like he a regular running out of the bank, drive away, come back, get a pizza, and watch the whole thing go down. And then call a unit, be 2 or 3 units, and take every single one of them. All of y'all, 10 people wiped out. Boom. All in jail. And they would have had it right on them. They had the drugs right on them because it was right on them, in front of everybody. That's what I'm saying, man. We losing. For one, it was weed. I don't know what else they had, but they had weed, right? Let's get this straight. White people have been smoking and selling weed in mass quantities, and nothing happens to them. Black people smoking weed, just seeds. If they think you were smoking weed, I'd have been pulled over and my car searched. I'm standing outside in handcuffs just because they thought that I was doing something that I didn't. Let alone if I was driving down the street like puff, puff, pass. And they found nothing in my car. Still got it searched illegally. Searched through my whole truck. Illegal search. Pulled me over illegally. Came and got a canine dog. Because I was like, you can't search they was like, if my dog sits down and gets a hit on your car, we can search it. So they act like the dog gets a hit on the car, and it's like, my dog got a hit on your car. But yet, when they go in there, found nothing. Your dog didn't get a hit on my car. That's their excuse to go past the law. Yeah, all day. But they're committing crimes trying to say everybody who looks like me is a criminal. They're the ones who committing the crimes. Listen, the opioid crisis, it's just like the crack epidemic and how they let that happen to black people. But now that it's happened, opioids is happening to white people. Like, that is a white drug. Oh, but look, cocaine is everybody. That's every nationality. Opioids is a white drug. Meth is a white drug. Crack is predominantly black. Yeah, they did. And guns. Yeah, they did. But that opioid stuff, that came out of nowhere. And listen, as a veteran, pop just a whole bunch of them, all at once. I just like, y'all serious. Like, they're serious when it comes to that. Like, and they flip them. So if somebody got some oxycodone, oh man, don't let them know. Don't let nobody know you just had an operation. Don't let nobody know you just had an operation. Let me go check on my dinner. If they know you just had an operation, bro, and they know where you live, guess who's coming to dinner? Guess who's coming to see you if they find out that you got some Percocets, Perc 30s? Don't you ever mention it. Ever. Don't let somebody know you went up under the knife. That's not their business. Don't let them. Because the first thing they're gonna say is, oh, what kind of painkillers did they give you? You be like, shoot, they gave me some Darvocets. They gave me some Darvocets, some Percocets, some other kind of set. They're gonna be like, oh, okay. Shoot, bro, what you doing tonight? Not, man, I'm chilling at home. Where you stay at? Man, I stay over on McGuffey and Lane. Shoot, bro, man, stop on by and watch the game. Come on by. You just got robbed. You just got robbed. Next on, you just got robbed. Yeah, you just got robbed, bro. That's how you get robbed. You see that right there? Uh, uh, uh. What that is a salmon. That's a salmon, right? Salmon, carrots, some green spinach, regular potato, sweet potato. That's what that is. I'm about to get with that. I'm gonna get with that. Before I go on up here to the movies, I still want to go to. I'm going to the movies. I've been in the house all day, but I figure I'm gonna get some of this food right here. Who that sweet potato righteous? Ooh wee! Hell yeah! Yeah, I'm turn this oven off. Clear. Yeah, look at that. Look at how righteous. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that salmon done. Oh, oh. You see, you can tell that salmon done. They're flaking up like that. Yeah, that salmon's done, baby. You tell the potatoes done too because, yeah, see how I just ease right in there? That potato done. All right. Yeah, that's nice. That's done all the way too. I'm gonna eat on this for a couple days. Look, 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 look. That salmon done. That salmon done, man. Yeah. Yeah. Get some of these carrots popping. Mm-hmm. some carrots. You know what I'm saying? Couple carrots. That theater food costs a lot. Plus, it ain't nutritious. But this right here is nutritious. Ain't gonna fill me up, but it'll hold me over till breakfast tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?